Elizabeth Grandbois was handed a death sentence, but she turned it into a life mission, a mission that's taking her to the stars.
That's it. I'll do a concert. I wrote hundreds of letters, but I wrote the letters with the confidence that for every 10 no's, I would get one yes.
They believed so much in what they were doing, it seemed impossible to all the people around them. It seemed like a really huge undertaking, and it was such a great story.
In this business, you do a lot of emceeing things for causes after causes after causes after. I mean, they have a society for every organ in the body now, you know. But what was interesting about this, it just stuck out like a sore thumb as being something really, really special.
I had very recently gone through the experience of watching my brother-in-law pass away from ALS, so I had a little bit of first-hand knowledge. So it took me about a second to go, sure, yep.
She's a really dynamic person and an inspiring person, and the energy that she summons to make something like this happen is really extraordinary.
Meeting Elizabeth and seeing her spirit and knowing how much she really cares about this project really put us over the top.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is awesome. This is so incredible.
No matter how crazy an idea you have or how far-fetched it seems, keep it in your purse, keep it in your pocket, keep it in your heart, and somehow the universe will find a way of returning it to you. And I know that this evening is an evening such as that. This was Elizabeth's dream, this was Elizabeth's hope, and I'm so glad to be asked to be a part of it.
It was a painful time because I was trying to deal with an incredible feeling of sorrow for what I was losing, personally, and just what my family would lose, and yet I couldn't believe that this was so poorly understood. As a nurse, that this was so poorly recognized, that people actually hid away and just died without anybody knowing what was happening in their homes. And, you know, people have this idea of Lou Gehrig running around the field waving goodbye, and it's such a romantic notion for such an unromantic disease. They didn't see him being suctioned, they didn't see him being turned or tube fed. I made it a commitment that in the time that I've been given, I will do everything I can to make the public more aware of this illness so that we can get more funding, more community support for equipment, and just for people to know what families are struggling with.
A commitment that would see this unsuspecting mother of three command the attention of CEOs, celebrities, and cabinet ministers alike.
This lady here has been absolutely fantastic.
It came to her while watching the video Tears Are Not Enough, a fundraiser for famine relief.
A light bulb went on. It was a moving and decisive moment. I knew then and there that I would put on a benefit concert. And it started in my living room with 3 women drinking wine, and I said what I wanted to do, and they said, we'll help you do it.
Elizabeth invited a small group of friends to form a committee.
So she just grabs you because of who she is and how nice she is and her strength and her courage. She fights through a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, and just keeps going and keeps plugging. And as you may know, there's been a number of setbacks as we try to pull this concert off, but she just keeps coming back, and we ride through it. And so she's an inspiration to all of us, and she certainly is to me.
Remember, an idea that doesn't work today doesn't mean it won't work tomorrow. Some of these things are just timing.
Yes. My time is pressing, so I'm pressing.
We don't live well with the notion of death. in our society. It's cordoned off. I mean, there was a time when, you know, when Grandpa was dying, he died in the house and he lay there in the living room, and, you know, we've cordoned it off, and in many respects we've turned it into some kind of deep, dark, Edgar Allan Poe-esque horrible thing.
Poignant stories that unfold as I'm doing this justify why I'm doing it.
I believed in her, I believed in her cause, and it was something that just viscerally I felt I really wanted to be a part of.
And when people believe in the cause, and they believe in the honesty and sincerity of the people who are involved, it can't help but work. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? I'm determined to make this work while I can still walk and talk. So for other patients, and I think we're making headway. Feels sometimes a little slower than I'd like it to be, but I want to see it work for them.
On a September afternoon in 1961.
One of the things certainly that this has done is, I think, just to open everybody's eyes up to how much one dedicated person can accomplish.
In the U.S., the evangelists, as you see on TV, they're always selling life after death. We have an appointed Senate. Americans, they get nervous about political jokes. We go out and vote for them.
To see this kind of event occur now this year as well as last year, the kinds of funds that the community is willing to raise on behalf of fighting this terrible disease, that does spur government on as well to be part of the solution as well.
Please welcome Elizabeth Grandbois.
It has been 4 years now since I was first diagnosed with ALS, so I have reason to celebrate tonight. I am alive, and I still am able to speak, which gives me the ongoing privilege of being the voice for those who have been silenced by this devastating and costly disease. I'm not exaggerating. I have to say these have been the best years of my life. I would give the disease back in a minute, but I wouldn't give back everything that I've learned.
I will take care of you, the very best that I can, with all of the
whispering rain, careless emotion, rising and falling, waves on the ocean carry you on till nothing remains, only the sound of the whispering rain.